Let's remain standing for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you, everybody. We welcome all of you to this 48th and last commencement ceremony at Elkhart Central High School. And this is the last session of the last time we're graduating anybody from Elkhart Central, so it's kind of a bittersweet moment. We are very proud of the young ladies and young men sitting before you. And I would like the crowd to cooperate when we do our graduate register. Please cheer, and cheer as loud as you can for a short moment. So at that point, you know, we can get all the students' names heard over the public address system. We want to make sure everybody hears. So at this point, I'm going to invite Mr. Werbyansky to come up and do a moment of silence.
Thank you, Mr. Surge. As we take the opportunity to reflect upon this wonderful, beautiful, sunny, kind of warm, kind of windy day, take a couple minutes to reflect upon the long, arduous, yet rewarding path that these young men and women have taken to get to this point today. Please bow your heads for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Werbyansky. We would like to recognize the following individuals whose efforts made the commencement ceremony possible. Please hold your applause until all the names and individuals have been recognized. We wish to recognize and thank the following people. Mr. Matt Werbyansky for his organization of the commencement ceremony. Mrs. Patty Pletcher, class sponsor for this senior group and her organizational efforts. Mr. Jeff Kincaid and all of his custodial crew for keeping the environment healthy and safe for all of us. What you don't know is they disinfected seats between every session we had. And this is the last session at this point. So thank you, Mr. Kincaid. Let's give those folks a round of applause. Thank you. I'd like to introduce the platform guest, Dr. Stephen Tallheimer, Superintendent of Elkhart Community Schools, Mr. Matt Werbyansky, Assistant Principal, Elkhart Central, Mrs. Kelly Mullins, School Board President, Mrs. Sue Diver, Distinguished Board Member. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to take a couple of moments and talk to you about a statement that I think most of you are familiar with, and that is, once a Blazer, always a Blazer. Now, we say that a lot, and I don't know if you ever given thought to what that really means. I want to give you my interpretation of it. Once a Blazer, always a Blazer. What does this mean? We all know it means to be Blazer tough, right? We're all Blazer tough here, every one of you, right? You had 4 years of high school, you worked really hard, you got the grades you needed to, you're going to graduate. Some of you are athletes. You work really hard to hone your physical attributes so you can be better athletes. That's being Blazer tough. The other part of being Blazer tough is being mentally tough. So you're able to deal with any kind of adversity that you come upon. And you have to fight through it. You have to come out on the right side. and you have to be successful. So being mentally tough is part of being blazer tough. When you're knocked down, you get back up. And you get back up with this enthusiasm that nobody's going to stop you from accomplishing your goals, to making your dreams come true. Nobody is going to stop you. You know, you're going to fulfill your dreams. It also means being a good citizen and a community member, being respectful of your colleagues and the community members. It means being part of a team. We are part of a whole. The whole doesn't revolve around us individually. We are part of a whole. Once a blazer, always a blazer. Means having pride and dignity and respect for your school, your community. It means don't forget where you came from. Don't forget Elkhart. Don't forget Elkhart Central. Don't forget your parents. Don't forget your roots, because those are important to all of us. We all have them. Don't forget those values that you've been instilled with since you were 2 or 3 years old. It means fighting hard to accomplish your dream. It means being part of something bigger than you. Part of the community. Part of the state of Indiana. Part of the country. Part of the world. Remember, we're one small part of a bigger, if you think about it, a bigger microcosm or a bigger organism. We're a part of it. We're a part of a team. We are blazers. Once a blazer, always a blazer. Thank you. Mr. Werbyansky at this time is going to sing the Alma Mater, and he does a really good job at it. So listen, there you go, Mr. Werbyansky, take it away.
O Central High, we will be true forever to your white and blue, and in our memories will remain the hopes of coming back again, to wander through familiar halls, remembering what the heart recalls, remembering games we watched or played, and happiness in friendships we've made. The many lessons that we learned, the teachers for whose help we've turned, these are the things we shan't forget. They signify a task well met. Our school day memories hold in truth the joy that is the flame of youth. Dear Central High, we pledge to thee our faith, our hope, our loyalty.
Thank you, Mr. Werbyansky. Usually he walks off. Mr. Werbyansky is going to present the class gift at this point.
Thank you, Mr. Surge. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to be able to present to Elkhart Central High School the class gift from the final graduating class of Elkhart Central High School, the class of 2020. They will be donating a financial contribution, a sum slightly less than $4,000 for the procurement of patio furniture and decorative furniture to go in the courtyard that is outside the main media center by the front doors of the building. There's nothing there at this point right now, so those chairs and benches and some potted plants and some other things will do a great job of beautifying that area and be a tremendous remembrance from this class. And those items will be duly marked from the last graduating class of Elkhart Central High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Werbyansky. I'd like to take a few moments at this time and talk about the Lynne Gerard Blazer Spirit Award. Mr. Lynne Gerard was an exceptional person who spent many hours in the hallways and sporting events at Elkhart Central High School. He was the activities director here for many, many years, and some of your parents may even know him. Unfortunately, Mr. Gerard passed away a few years ago, but I'd like to tell you a little bit about him. He always had a smile on his face, and his sense of humor could just light up a whole room. Mr. Gerard loved Elkhart Central High School and was the true definition of a blue blazer. He passed away several years ago. We honor him with this award. This year's award winner was Ellie Keeney. Ellie Keeney, let's recognize her. As we observe this commencement ceremony for approximately 350 seniors, I know each parent, relative, friends, and I are extremely proud of each and every one of our graduates. At this time, I would like to acknowledge those individuals who have excelled in their academic careers at Elkhart Central High School. I would ask that you hold your applause until we have recognized each group. All right, and I'd like you to stand at this point. Honors diploma recipients, please stand. If you're getting it, stand up, remain standing. Key Club members, stand. National Honor Society members, stand. Vocational Honor Society members, stand. Anybody going to the armed services? Ivy Tech Green Cord earners, stand. Ivy Tech Medallion earners, stand. Now I'd like to talk briefly about this. The green cords that our kids, some of our kids have on, signify that they've earned 15 hours of college credit that will go to whatever institution they choose to go to. The students with the Ivy Tech medallions, the STAGAC award, means the students have earned 30 hours of college credit that can be transferred to any public college in Indiana. We also had 2 students that have earned over 60 hours of college credit. They received their associate's degree from Ivy Tech. We have 5 early graduates. They graduated as juniors. Tadriana Coleman, Tristan Kyle, Abdullah Madaway, Bianca Stevens, and Javin Stewart. At this time, I would like to recognize these folks. Let's give them a round of applause, please. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to read the names of our students who are ranked in the top 10. I will read the names in alphabetical order since we have combined weighted and unweighted scales. I will designate positions 1 and 2. Please hold your applause until I've finished. Peyton Gage Anderson, Nathan Christopher Bird, Lauren Dibley, Riley Foltz, Michael Wong, Ellie Malloy, Elijah Martin, Kristen G. DeSantos Salazar, Caleb Schaefer. Number 2 in the class, weighted, unweighted, both. Katie Frazier. Number 1, weighted, Lapita Martinez Alonzo. Number 1 in the class, unweighted, is Naomi Mitchell. Naomi Mitchell. Let's give these folks a big round of applause. Each year, we are fortunate to host foreign exchange students. The countries that were represented this past year are Italy, Vietnam, Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, and Belgium. Let's recognize these kids. They're long gone at this point. It is with great pride and pleasure as principal of Elkhart Central High School to present the class of 2020. By the authority and the responsibility vested in me by the Indiana Department of Instruction and Dr. McCormick, Superintendent, I hereby present the members of the class of 2020 who have met all the requirements for graduation from high school in Indiana. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Stephen Tallheimer, Superintendent of Elkhart Community Schools.
Thank you, Mr. Surge. It is with honor that I, on behalf of the administration and the School Board of Trustees, accept you as graduates for the class of 2020. I always take graduation as an opportunity to remind everyone that while this is a major milestone for high school, graduation is the cumulative effort of the partnership between the community, families, and the school district from pre-K through grade 12. For your trusting us with your children and for being engaged in their learning journey, I say thank you to all the members of the families, friends, and adults who are here. I also want to say, particularly for this year, as we finish this school year under challenging circumstances, our ranks of educators swelled because of the help of parents, friends, siblings, babysitters, and other family members. For that help in helping these students and so many others make it through this semester, on behalf of the district, I say thank you. Graduates, to all of you, thank you for your persistence, for your patience, and showing your blazer toughness. We wish you all the best of congratulations as you exit Elkhart Central High School and go on with your futures. And it is with sincerest congratulations we accept you for graduation. Way to go, class of 2020.
All right, Mr. Werbyansky will be reading the graduate register shortly. What I'd like to have happen now, I'd like the first row to please stand. Everybody in the first row, stand. No, let's wait. All right, let's bring them around. And Mr. Werbyansky, I will leave the rest to you.
Thank you, Mr. Surge. Monique Walker. Isaac Vega. Brianne Webb. Isaiah Taylor.
Who is it?
Terrence Williams. Patrick Waker. Patrick Walton. Wesley Stout.
Woo! Wesley!
Sean Terrazas. James Wakeman. Kanaya Tate. Idasia Thomas. Kelsey Stone. Alejandra Villanueva. Daciana Williams. Katie Salaya. Clarissa Zepeda. Esmeralda Velasquez. Jocelyn Villagomez. Julie Yoder. DNA Vega. Destiny Yarich. Yvette Valdivinos Torres.
Let's go! Yes!
Jules Young. Colin Weaver. Richard West. Reginald Tyson. Latrice Woods. Susanna Zarco.
Go, Richard!
Nellie Torres. Jacob Williams. Gabriel Wilson.
Yes, that's my brother!
Drew Stymack. Isha Williams. Natalie Zagal Nava. Akira Williams. Sergio Yanez. Wendy Vasquez. Ponce Villa.
Go ahead, fix that crowd. Go ahead.
Riley Wiltfong.
Sergio! Yes, Kara!
All right, folks. I want you to remember one thing. Well, more than one thing. But I want you to remember, this is the last session of the last graduating class from Central High School. You're the last group that can call themselves Blue Blazers. You are the last group that can say, once a Blazer, always a Blazer. And that means we're going to be Blazer tough, right, guys? Right? All of you. I want to hear you. Is that a yes? All right. I'd like you to stand at this point.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, do!
We congratulate the class of 2020. Parents, relatives, and friends. I want to ask you to move your tassels from the right to the left. You are now graduates of Elkhart Central High School. All right, let's get your hats, folks. What I'm going to ask you to do now is exit through the center tunnel all the way to the grass, and I'm going to ask that people in the stands exit the same way. Thank you, everybody. You've been a great crowd. I really appreciate your cooperation. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.